Let's talk about something that finance gurus hate to admit. Having cold, hard cash in the bank is often more powerful than any complex investing strategy. I'm not talking about credit limits, home equity, or stocks you might sell one day. I mean real money you can touch and use instantly. We all hear that inflation eats cash, and technically it does. But let's get real for a second. A huge number of people can't even handle a surprise $1,000 bill without borrowing money. For them, and maybe for you, cash isn't some inefficient asset. It's a lifeline. It's the difference between a minor hiccup and a major crisis. Think about it. Emergencies aren't some rare, once-in-a-lifetime event. They are statistical certainties. Your car will break down. Your water heater will leak. A medical bill will show up unexpectedly. These things are going to happen. The only question is whether you'll handle it calmly by paying the bill, or spiral into panic and debt. People with a cash buffer simply pay and move on. People without one, they end up swiping a credit card. And that's where the real money drain happens. Credit card interest rates are sky high, often hitting 20 to 25%. If you put a $3,000 emergency on a credit card, you could easily end up paying back over $4,000. Suddenly, that little bit of inflation you were worried about looks tiny compared to the mountain of interest you just created. Debt stole your money, not inflation. But the power of cash goes way beyond just handling emergencies. It fundamentally changes how you live your life. Imagine having 6 months of living expenses saved up. Suddenly, you have the power to say no to a toxic job you hate. You can negotiate your salary with confidence because you aren't desperate. You can take a few weeks off to find a role that truly fits you. Without that cash cushion, every single decision is made under pressure from a position of weakness. You're forced to take whatever you can get. Here's a wild but true concept. Liquidity can be more important than net worth. Picture someone with a $300,000 net worth, but it's all tied up in real estate and stocks. They have zero cash. Now picture someone else with just $50,000, but it's all liquid cash. Who has more freedom to act? The first person is rich on paper, but the second person can actually make moves, seize opportunities, and navigate life's curveballs. One is trapped by their assets. The other is empowered by them. Cash isn't just a defensive tool, it's an offensive one. It creates incredible opportunities. During every major market crash, who were the biggest winners? The people who had cash ready to go. While others were forced to sell their assets at rock-bottom prices just to survive, cash-rich investors were on a shopping spree, buying up stocks and properties at massive discounts. We see this play out perfectly in real estate. A cash buyer is a seller's dream. They can close deals faster and with more certainty. Because of this, sellers are often willing to accept offers that are 10 to 15% lower just for the convenience of buying. Your cash literally buys you a discount. It's a superpower in negotiations. It also protects you from the single biggest investment mistake, selling at the worst possible time. Let's say the market tanks and you lose your job. If you have no cash savings, you're forced to sell your stocks to pay your bills, locking in those huge losses. But with a solid cash reserve, you can ride out the storm without touching your long-term investments, giving them time to recover. This is especially critical for retirement. Selling assets during a market downturn in your early retirement years can permanently damage your financial future. A cash buffer allows you to wait for better days. So, what about inflation? Yes, your cash will lose a little bit of purchasing power over time. But you know what loses you more money? Panic selling your stocks at a 30% loss. Missing out on a life-changing investment opportunity. And paying 24% interest on credit card debt. Cash isn't an investment meant to generate returns, it's insurance. And you don't judge your car insurance based on its ROI. You judge it on the protection and peace of mind it provides when you need it most. So how much cash is the right amount? A good starting point is to have 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses tucked away in a high-yield savings account for emergencies. On top of that, you might want another fund for opportunities and flexibility. The rest? That's what you invest for long-term growth. This balanced approach gives you both security and the potential for wealth creation. Remember, the first $1,000 you save is the most powerful. It does more than just cover a small emergency. It fundamentally changes your mindset. It transforms a crisis into a mere inconvenience and helps you break free from the vicious cycle of debt. The real takeaway is this. Cash reduces stress, creates options, and gives you control over your own life. Being 100% invested might look brilliant on a spreadsheet, but having a healthy cash reserve feels brilliant in the real world. So if you're holding cash, don't let anyone make you feel like you're doing it wrong. You've chosen flexibility over fragility. And if you don't have that cash cushion yet, make building it your #1 priority. Because when life inevitably throws a punch, cash doesn't argue. It doesn't hesitate, it just solves the problem. If this changed your perspective on money, hit that like button and subscribe for more practical financial insights. Thanks for watching.